Okay, I got a couple messages. I'm getting 12. So this is an open-ended challenge. So again, I'm not concerned that we get the right answer or not. What I'm actually more concerned with is, can someone explain their thinking? Can someone explain their process? Okay, so I'll reveal that the correct answer is 12. That is the answer. But I'm curious, how did you get it? And so anybody who agrees the answer is 12 or maybe wants to present, I can do the writing if you like, or you can share your screen, but how did you get 12?
Can I answer?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, well, I thought that if the dice has 6 sides and the coin only has 2, then I'm 6 and 2.
Okay, and so you got 12. I'm sorry, Isaiah, what'd you say?
On the right track, and that's the
So I kind of see why you're saying that, and that does make 12, but that doesn't actually justify why you're taking a multiplication route. Could someone justify why multiplication is a thing here? And remember, we're visual people, so the more visual your answer can be, the better.
You say some 2 and I add them together.
And so you're thinking 8. And see, that's actually the problem, Isaiah. By simply saying addition, we have to add the numbers, or saying we have to multiply the numbers, that doesn't actually give us an answer to what we should do. You know what I'm saying? And so I appreciate that.
You're right.
Wait, so like, I appreciate you guys are saying 12, but like, what's the reason for it? That's a challenge to Gabby and Ben directly, and Bridget, because you guys all answered 12. More people might have.
That's crazy.
Say again, Isaiah?
I wrote down all the possible outcomes.
Okay, walk me through it. How'd you do that? I want to do that too.
Like, first I started off with heads, so I put like H1, H2, H, I got to 6.
Okay.
And then I did the same thing with tails.
You might be on something.
Okay. And so, Gabby, you're making what we call an exhaustive list. One of my professors in college would say you're doing math by brute force, which I 100% appreciate. So you're saying these are all the possibilities, and so I can simply count the possibilities, and that would make 12. At least that kind of answers the multiplication question, right? Because I have 2 columns of 6 choices each. That would make 12. You guys with me on this so far? Gabby says yes. Appreciate it, Madison. Thank you, TJ. Okay, and so, I mean, I know for me, and I'm not going to like force you guys to think this way, right? But for me, I think this is a very visual problem. I like this idea of 2 sides versus 6 sides, because to me, that we can set up what we call a branching tree diagram. And the branching tree diagram, I think, is the same thing that Gabby did. It just makes it more of a visual approach. And so Gabby pointed out for the coin, you can only have 2 things. You can have a heads or you can have a tails. And then further, if you have the dice, you have 6 possible outcomes. The heads can go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And the tails could also go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And then we can easily see there are going to be 12 total outcomes. Right? I don't think that's different than what.
Right, but I still think it's 8.
Okay, so I love the challenge. So can you prove to me that it's 8? Because you just saw 2 presentations on why it's 12. Tell me, give me a presentation.
I don't even know. I just see 2 sides, right? So there's 2 just head and tails, okay? And then there's 6 sides. 2 plus 6 is 8.
Yeah. Tell me why you should add, though.
I see 2 and 6 and it's 8.
Yeah, but that doesn't give us a reason why.
What I'm looking at on my screen right now is like math right here as well. I see, but like I'm sticking.
I appreciate the fortitude to stick with an answer even without justification. But before we move on, I'll give you one more shot at it. By saying there's 8, that you're saying one of the outcomes that Gabby has mapped out, or was it Bridget? I forget who mapped this out for me. I think it might have been Bridget. I don't remember. I apologize. Or like this tree diagram that I made. One of these is wrong. Two of these actually cannot be outcomes. Which 2 are they not?
Interesting. I don't know.
So can you at least agree on a cognitive level that if you flip a heads first, then you can roll any of the 6 die combinations? And then if you flip a tails, you can still roll any of the 6 die combinations for a total of 12? Yeah. And then if you map it out visually this way, a head can go to a 1, a head can go to a 2, a 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Same thing with the...
I see how they did it, but I'm just saying, I'm staying with 9.
That's fair. So, like, how about this? We can reach a cognitive agreement that even though you believe the answer is 8, you see the evidence that it's 12. How about that?
Okay. Well, then that makes me completely wrong. Then.
Well, no. You see the evidence that there's 12, and if there's better evidence later, we can change our minds. That's how math works.
Interesting. All right. We'll go with 12, but I'm sticking with 8.
I appreciate the stick-to-itiveness. Okay. So I want to take this idea and I want to forward it. I want to see how maybe we can apply the same kind of thinking. In this particular problem, I'm going to challenge you to think about a problem just for a few minutes, and I want to come back and talk about this problem. Isaiah, this is going to be your time to shine because maybe you can come up with a different thing that we came up with this morning. Again, I'm going to point out that I'm offering this as an answer. If you can come up with a better thing, I'm willing to listen to it. So the thing I want you guys to learn today, I personally think, and this is not math teachers, playing up a topic. I honestly think this is one of the more useful things you can learn in mathematics. It's something that I know has come back to me at random times throughout my life. And because I knew this particular thing, I was able to figure out some very important things that were in front of me, right? The application of what we're doing today, these are just 5 things I picked off the top of my head. But if you've ever sat there and wondered, how likely is it that you win the lottery? Everyone knows that it's not super likely, but what are the precise chances you have to win Powerball, for example? If you ever wondered that, today is for you. If you ever tried to get into a phone and you set a four-digit password and you wonder how likely is it that you can guess that number or someone can guess a number and break into your phone, you're going to figure that out today. If you ever wondered just like, why are there 10 digits in a phone number, area code plus 7, right? How many phone numbers are there? Are there enough phone numbers to cover everybody like in the United States? You can figure that out today, after today. And then the thing I actually want to start with is this menu combination. I told you this comes with a story. So here's actually the story behind this question. So me and some friends went to Denver a few years back over the summer. And we were able to eat a lot of different places. But one of our favorite places was this big food truck village, right? And in this food truck village, there was a Power Protein Bowl trailer. Right. And this works a lot like Chipotle. So you went up there and you picked a bunch of combinations of stuff and then that was what you ate. And so we got excited enough where we thought like maybe we should do this. Like maybe we should open like our own food truck, own Power Bowl, protein bowl food truck. Out of curiosity, does anybody ever had a protein bowl like this? Nobody? No one's ever had a Power Protein Bowl? Well, it works a lot like Chipotle. So if you've ever been like to Chipotle or like Mod Pizza, where you kind of go down the line and you make different choices, that's how this works too. And so here's what we were thinking. I'm going to put the menu also in the chat if you want your own personal copy. That might be really useful. Brain power, there it is.
I like noodles. Does that count?
It's kind of like if you dress up your ramen. It's the same type of thing. If you've ever been to a ramen bar, it works the same way. And if you've never been to a ramen bar, oh man, you should go to the ramen bar someday. Okay, so here's how this works. So you go up to the trailer, right? And you choose your base, right? So what goes in the bottom of the bowl. And for us, you can choose noodles, you can choose white rice or organic tofu. We're trying to be healthy. That's why some of the choices are the way they are. Then on top of that, you pick your meat, your protein, right? So for us, you can choose between chicken, pork, beef, or salmon, which is a type of fish, if you didn't know. Okay. On top of the protein, we're going to put some veggies. Only 2 choices here, stir fry or kimchi. Kimchi is a Korean vegetable mix. It's really good, very spicy. And then you top it off with a sauce, and we have 4 choices for sauce, right? And so while this is all basically a true story, here's the fake math part. Part of our marketing is we want to figure out how many different combinations of bowls you can make so we can put that on the menu. Because if you walk down the street and you see a food trailer and it's like, you can have like 122 different combinations of food. Like that tends to sell more if you only have like 2 choices, right? Because people like choices, right? So this is going to be your open challenge for the next few minutes. In the time we give you, we're going to break you out into some small rooms. The teachers are going to be in there too. So we want you to figure out how many different combinations this menu could actually have. And again, the combinations are 1 base, one meat, 1 veggie, 1 sauce. Right? Be prepared to present your answer. We're going to be asking you about that in the breakout rooms, but be prepared to come out of it and just say, hey, this is how we did it. And this is like obviously like a blanket thing, right? But just don't give us an answer. We don't really care about the answer. We care how you got it. Can you justify it? Isaiah, again, this is your time to shine. Maybe it really is addition. Maybe it is. Okay? And then, maybe give us some feedback at the end. Give me some feedback at the end. Is this even a menu that people would eat from? I don't know. All right, so that's how we're going to occupy our time for the next few minutes. Give me a thumbs up if you get that. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you, Mr. Hancock. Thank you, Ms. Marcus. Thanks, TJ.
Thumbs up. You just can't see it.
Thank you for the invisible thumbs up, Isaiah. Thank you, Madison. All right. And again, I want to emphasize here, guys, this is really just about problem solving. And so getting the answer is not as important as knowing how you got the answer and secure in the fact that you got it right. Okay? So let me break you guys out. Give you guys a little bit of time to figure this out. Recreate. Probably only, 4 rooms? Let's do it.